Alright everybody, this is Gradient Painting Part 5 and the last in the series. Now I'm actually going to be using the bottom half of the page where I did the aqua tints. This one is a darker blue. Folk art, they call it ink spot number 2925. Once again, I am putting down the bounding box just as a way to show what the pure hue looks like. I do kind of wish I did that from the very beginning. Would have felt more cohesive. In this case, paint was quite thick. Brand new bottle, absolutely full, and came out thick. Thankfully, I have what is known as airbrush flow improver, and a couple drops of that made it more malleable. Here I am starting the mounting box internal portion, which is once again with the pure white, and we are going to continually follow the same pattern that we have before, where I'm adding the pure color bit by bit to the white, just as I've done with the other tint gradients. Now, unlike with the aqua above, I only got to 5 drops of color in with the whites before I had to start a new line. I'm not entirely sure what happened. I am freehanding this, so could be that I just didn't align things correctly as I'm freehanding. Nothing is drawn on the paper prior to this. So, as you may have noticed already, even though I'm only using one drop at a time still yet, the jumps are a little bit more abrupt than they are with the lighter colors that I have used for the tint gradients. Number one, it's always going to be approximate for the drop sizes. That's just all there is to it. And number two, the color change is going to happen faster when you are working with darker colors. That's just the way of it. It's just how these things go. As you can tell, I've already started the jump process of going from 1 drop to 2 drops at a time, mixing well. If you're going to be doing a lot, I always do try to recommend rinsing the brush out a little bit more so than what I'm doing here. I actually am painting these in one sitting, in one setting, as I film myself doing this, just to make sure it's, you know, fairly quick and fast, and I can get to the nuts and bolts of the editing process. So at this stage, I am going to be doing a very large jump. I am completely skipping adding 3 to the 15 drop bit to make a square for 18 and going straight in for a square of 22. Probably not the best idea. I did have a little bit of a gloop oops, so I said, go for it. And that's exactly what I did. I went for it. Again, this is all going to be approximate, and for each of us, it's going to be a different experience. Some folks may have better control of their paint, and some folks may not have as great control of their paint. It's all part of the learning process. So now, as you can see here, I have the other two gradients alongside the one with the dark blue, the ink spot, and following it from white to 22 drops for ink spot, and then again for the aqua. Once again, I did skip on the 18. Didn't think I had enough room when I painted it. Now I realize I do. And I am also looking at the tint gradient made with that dark aqua that was made with aqua and dark gray tones. Again, this is really to illustrate that when you're making tints, it's not really changing the temperature of your hue. It's making tones that make the change happen to your hue. Tints are really all about changing the intensity. If you like what you've seen here, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Till then, have a good one.